Yo, and how's it going, Apple? Welcome back to the Gaming Apple. So today we're going over the second episode of my tip guide. Yesterday we did a top 10 things that you need to stop doing in PvP. Today we are doing a top 10 things you need to start doing in PvP if you're not doing it already. Just after one day of the first tip video going out, I've had a lot of great response from that, so I'm really excited to get right into this video. Without any further ado, guys, I hope you enjoy. Okay, so tip number one today is control when you stun. And I know this might sound a bit basic, but there's a lot more to it than most people think. So stunning isn't always about killing somebody. It isn't always about getting your ult combo in and executing. Most of the time you're going to fight people that are strong and take a bit of time to kill and wear down. So you need to stun them before your final, stun ultimate kill. And with that, you want to just be, whenever they're going offensive, pressuring you, you just want to get a few stuns in, just to let them know, that they can't go fully offensive on you, control the fight, how the flow of the fight. And then when you're looking, whilst you're controlling that flow of the fight, you're then looking for that one opening, that one stun where you think, I can actually execute this guy here, and then take it. You need to grab that and just take that with that stun and have that ready. But yeah, control when you stun people. It's so important to winning some strong fights. Tip number two is just important as tip number one. So for tip number two, you need to control when you get stunned. And this is so important for a few reasons, right? Reason number one is if you're getting stunned all the time and you can't control it, then your enemy is all over you. They get full control over where that fight is going. But if you control when you get stunned, it can actually play to your advantage. It allows you to then go offensive, especially in 1v1, 1v2, 1v3 situations, and 1vx. Having stun immunity after getting stunned, or popping a mobility pot, allows you to get your full combo in and go full offensive and then start controlling the fight. So yeah, tip number two, really important. You need to control when you are getting stunned and take control of that fight. For tip number three, not many of you do this, and if you do this, the likelihood is you're doing it wrong, because it's very difficult to do, and I even see myself sometimes going too far with it and having it backfire. But tip number three is a very skillful tip, and it is baiting. So as you see in this clip, I try lower myself, get my health low, and whilst my health is low, I'm also doing damage to my opponent, and then trying to really up my damage. Just when my opponent probably thinks I should be going defensive, I am going full offensive. I'm committing to it. I'm not healing up because he's offensive, so whilst he's not on his defensive, I want to be looking for that execute. Yeah, it's a risky play, but if you can do it right, baiting can be such an important tool. So for the rest of the tips, I haven't got like separate clips for it. I'm just gonna let this clip roll now. This little 2vx turns into a 1vx, but I'll let that roll. Okay, so for tip number four, it's a pretty simple one, but I didn't think I'd be making a tip on this, but I noticed so many people don't do it, and it is light attack weaving. It's so simple and so easy to do, but I see on my, I see sometimes when I'm getting zeroed down, my kill sheet will come up. I'll just see somebody has done like 3 uppercuts in a row, with no light attacks, nothing else, no other abilities. They'll just keep uppercut spamming or snipe spamming, or just spamming one ability. And yeah, it can work when you're outnumbering somebody, you catch them off, or you have just super high damage, but it takes no time to light attack weave, and then you get extra damage. So yeah, definitely get those light attack weaves in and just start practicing them, because I know you guys have to do it for PvE, so when you come from PvE to PvP, just bring that with you. It's really simple, really easy. Okay, so for tip number 5, this is kind of like a therapeutic kind of tip. You could apply this to real life, in all honesty. The tip is actually called duel people stronger than you, but the message behind it is find somebody stronger than you, or find somebody more knowledgeable on that class that you're playing than you, and kind of have them as a mentor, as a go-to. Like on StamDK, I get people come to me and asking me how they can improve themselves on StamDKs, and they're doing the right thing, right? Because they're going to somebody who they know is strong on a StamDK and good on a StamDK, and they're asking, how can I replicate that? What can you teach me to do what you do? And admittedly, not every strong player can do that for you. Not every really strong 1vxer can teach you how to do that, because they can do it themselves, but they can't teach you. So you need to, go duel people stronger than you, and then find that somebody who can actually educate you and teach you. Yeah, and you can apply that to your real life as well. Just finding somebody who's more knowledgeable than you in that field, and trying to learn off of them and improve yourself. Okay, I think that was tip number. Yeah, that was tip number 5. That was tip number 5, wasn't it? Yeah. So tip number 6 is pay attention to when your opponent applies a heal over time ability. So this is important because when you want to go offensive or ult combo, there is no point in, say, me dragon leaping or doing a major kind of execute or big combo when they've just healed, because a lot of that damage is going to be mitigated by their incoming heals. So you want to be finding when they're going offensive, or when they've let a heal slip, so when they haven't got the heal over time on, and then you want to take that, grasp at that with both hands and stun them, like get a stun combo in where you try execute, and that can be so effective. It's hard to do because you really got to pay attention to when they're healing themselves, but that's the game. You need to kind of read what your opponent is doing, and then act from that knowledge. So yeah, pay attention to when your opponent applies a heal over time ability. And then this goes really nice to tip number 7. Use heal over time abilities at 80% health or above. So you'll see when I'm reaching around the 80% health mark, if I haven't already got a Vigor active, I am going to be applying it, or at least some overtime heal like Cauterize, Vigor, etc. Because when you reach 80% health, and you have an overtime heal on, your health then will go down a bit slower. So if it keeps going down from 80% health, so you got a heal over time, and then it keeps going down to 60%, 50%, then you can think, okay, now we're going to block, roll dodge, maybe stun them, to stop that health from going any further down. But say if you apply a heal over time at 60% instead of 80%, that means from 80 to 60, your health is going to go down faster, and that gives you less time to control your health and to act accordingly. So yeah, applying a heal over time at 80% health can really help you control a fight, and by controlling your health bar. Okay, so for tip number 8 then, you need to start recording your deaths and rewatching them to learn how you've died. This is important because if you're dying and you just think, how have I died? Okay, how has this person killed me? Where did I go wrong? Where was that one moment where I could have changed things? And I do this a lot just by uploading videos, going through my X clips, etc. I notice a lot of times where I've messed up, even if I haven't died. I notice a lot where I've messed up, like I messed up stam sustain, or I've hit ability a few times, or I've done an ultimate at the wrong time. So watching over your clips can be a really important tool to learning your mistakes, picking out your weak spots, and then picking out stuff that you've done well, and then improving on the things that you're not doing so good at, and then honing in on your strengths. Okay, so tip number 9 is using line of sight, and you'll see me doing this in this X clip all the time. I'm moving around corners, I'm using boxes, etc. To come around corners, heavy attack, ult combo. I mitigate so much damage by using line of sight, and that's what allows you to 1vx, because nobody sits in the open anymore and just takes on 10 people, unless you're a Nightblade and you go invisible, or you're a Mag Sork and you're a Sorcerer and you streak. But for me as a Stam DK in this clip, you'll see me running around corners, mitigating loads of damage because I'm just not taking it, and then that allows you to turn around and be a bit offensive. So yeah, using line of sight is such an important tool for when you're outnumbered, and you really need to learn how to do it properly. Because if you do, you'll start noticing yourself surviving a lot more. That's just the truth behind it. Okay, I've got a list here of ones I wanted to go through. Was that tip number 9? That might have been tip number 9. What have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think that was tip number 9. Okay. Right then, for the last tip then, is it's quite ironic because I had no confidence in whether that was tip number 9 or tip number 8. But tip number 10 is having confidence in yourself. And if you're going to be outnumbered, guys, if you're going to 1vx, 2vx, etc., or even 1v1, you need to have confidence in your ability to win that fight. Every fight that I go into, right, I have confidence that I can win that fight. Even if the odds aren't in my favour, I have confidence that I can win it. Even if it's a small chance, right, even if it's a small chance that I'm going to win that fight, I still have confidence that I can make that small chance a reality. Because eventually, if I keep pushing myself further and further and further, that small chance will become a reality and will get better and better and become less and less of a small chance. So yeah, just have confidence in yourself, guys. It sounds so basic, but it's so important to winning fights. If you don't have confidence, your opponent will notice that and start walking all over you. So yeah, tip number 10, just have confidence in yourself when you play. It's a game after all, enjoy it and have faith in your ability and your ability to learn and progress. But that pretty much wraps up 10 things that you need to start doing if you're not doing it already for PvP in ESO 2021. Guys, I really hope that you found this video helpful, and if you did find this video helpful or enjoyed it, then please make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment, because you know I love to hear from you guys. It's really important for me to know if you found this helpful for the future tip videos that I'll be making, in the future. And then subscribe if you haven't already to become part of the Apple army and to stay up to date with all my latest content here at the Game In Apple. And then if you want to take it a step further, you can come and join the Discord, like I know many of you have. We're nearly about to hit we're getting close to hitting 100 members in the Discord, which I am so proud of. So yeah, come join the Discord, guys. I'd love to see you over there. But without any further ado, guys, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Bye bye.